Welcome back to Season 5, Episode 8 of Teed Up, where everyone's a sports expert.
The podcast that makes you care about sports, including President Conley.
We're an original podcast created and produced by Long Beach State student-run newspaper, The Long Beach Current. I'm Maddie G.
I'm Maddie C. And today we have two familiar guests. We have the Long Beach Current's design assistant, Soleil, and our sports assistant, Alyssa. Thank you guys for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Before we get into NFL free agency, I have to acknowledge something. Something happened in sports last night that's never been done and that will never happen again. My sweet, glorious GOAT, Stephen Curry, surpassed 4,000 three-pointers. That's 876 more than the next person. Round of applause.
And it's his birthday. Happy
That
birthday.
brings me to my next point.
Oh,
We got to do things the right way on Teed Up for my king's birthday. I brought cupcakes. They're Warriors colors. So, yeah. You guys can move into the next thing. I'll open this up.
pouring honey on you, King.
Exactly. There's chocolate and vanilla.
Ooh. I have gum in my mouth, so.
There we go. Pass them around.
Thank you.
Fifth ring loading this year.
Whoa.
Hot take.
I
I'll
love
take
you. I love you, Steph.
We just need candles.
I didn't know if it would set off like a fire alarm.
It probably would.
So I passed on the candles.
I'm
Good
dead.
call.
That's funny.
Thank you, Steph Curry.
Being alive in the same period of Steph Curry's career is one of my best achievements.
You know, I just happened to be watching basketball for the first time in months, and I saw the 4,000 three. I didn't see it.
You turned it on and it happened right there.
No, I was just at a restaurant, and it was the only game on.
I was hiding in the Dick's Sporting Goods shoe stock room waiting for it to happen in the back so I could see it. So that was where I was.
You were forced to watch it.
Good.
More or less.
What restaurant was it?
Somewhere in downtown Disney.
Yeah, I had a mojito.
Yeah.
Don't you work in
Yeah. My restaurant doesn't have TVs though.
No, yeah,
That's
I saw
rough.
it too. I was out in Islands and had a mojito, and I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I was
Take a sip
too.
for him. Take a sip for him.
I had to run to the bathroom and make a post on my Instagram. I was like, oh man, it happened.
The moment had me loving sports, though, because I was like, he's undersized, late round pick,
So inspirational.
and now he's the greatest. How's that happen? Sports.
No, honestly, no. Basketball has been boring for like a couple of years now, and honestly, after yesterday, I'm like, this playoff season, it's gonna be crazy.
Warriors will upset the Lakers in the first round.
I'm
You're
gonna
first.
go see my king on Wednesday. LeBron.
No, you're not. He's going to be hurt.
No, he better be playing. I went to a game last year and he was hurt.
Well. Resting, load management. My king would never.
My king would never. Bro, they're gonna get blown out today.
Who are they playing?
The Nuggets.
Oh, they played the Nuggets
Jokic
today.
owns the Lakers. Jamal Murray.
Dude, I hate how that guy is like so good in the NBA, but once he goes to the national team, it's like, where is all this like aura? Like, where is it? But what can you say?
Tough. So we'll get into the scheduled topics now. NFL free agency this week. We'll start it off since you're a Steelers fan with you guys signing DK Metcalf. So now you have DK and George Pickens. That's going to be, great to watch. And you guys signed Darius Slay a couple days ago. What are your thoughts? You guys still don't have a quarterback.
That's exactly what I was
which
gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get into all of that at once.
I am excited for DK. I've always been a DK fan though. I feel like he's so he's one of my favorite wide receivers. But at the same time, I don't know how the playing set. Well, we have no quarterback, and honestly, DK he is not gonna work good with the young quarterback, or maybe he will. But
You have Mason Rudolph.
No, thank you. No, thank you. But I guess there are rumors for Aaron Rodgers. Please.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think you guys are gonna have a young quarterback.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be Aaron
But
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, I mean, dude, the Jets. What was that season? You know what I'm saying? The dude, his fall off needs to be studied. Bring back his prime Green Bay, but I don't think it would ever come back. But I don't know how to work though with either a veteran quarterback or a young quarterback. Obviously, George Pickens, great, but at the same time, they both play I don't know if they play similar, though. I feel like they played very differently. But he didn't ask for number 14, so there's that.
I did see that.
So happy
I
with
think
that.
as a football fan, where I want Aaron Rodgers to go, just to be the most entertaining, would be the Vikings, so we can complete the Brett Favre cycle of going from the Packers for like 14 years to the Jets to sucking to the Vikings and having a good season to end it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my hope, and I think it would just be the most entertaining. But if you guys, did you want to re-sign Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, or no, neither of those guys?
Me personally, I didn't want Russell anymore. When Russell came back from his injury, I'm like, Justin is already playing all right. Why ruin that? Why ruin the chemistry that was already going? So I wanted Justin Fields to stay. Like, he can run as well. He can run and he can throw. The dude was like on a decent team with a decent coach, with a great coach actually. And I'm like, it could have worked out for like another season, but I guess they didn't want him, and you got DK. So I'm like,
Yeah, I wish they would have gave him more time, because I feel like, I don't know, him going to the Jets kind of, I don't know how that's.
No one works out with the Jets.
Yeah,
no
I
one.
feel like he's just gonna be. I feel like he has good potential. He's just gonna be wasted there, or it could go well for him because he used to play with Garrett Wilson, so they could
Ohio
have like
State.
that
yeah.
connection.
But also we have like no running back as well. Like Najee's gone with the Chargers.
Yep.
So I'm like, and he was so great this past season. So I'm like, what are we gonna do now? So the Steelers are in shambles right now, kind of.
And then moving over to your guy, your favorite player of all time for some reason, Sam
Go.
Darnold. Yes. Thoughts on him moving to the NFC West?
It's a bit of a gut punch for me.
Really?
My sister's husband's a Seahawks fan, so I just kind of don't like them.
You don't like your sister's husband?
No, I like him. I like him, but like I don't like his teams because he's like an adamant hater of the Angels, and so I just have to find ways to get back at him. And the Seahawks are pretty mediocre. I personally think DK's washed.
Really?
I was just talking to him about that. Like I don't feel like DK's a top 10 receiver anymore.
Well, not anymore. I'll get that. Not anymore.
Yeah, he's
But if he was like, if somehow he gets back to like prime DK, watch out. But it probably won't happen.
but I think Darnold's gonna struggle. I don't think the O-line's as
I
good.
think so too.
I think it's not gonna work out, which is a bummer. I wish Darnold just stayed. Minnesota.
I think he's the worst quarterback in that division too. Already, so I mean, I don't think that's good either.
Hey, but when he pulls out another season, I'll become a Seahawks fan for Darnold.
All right. The Seahawks, to make room for Darnold, traded Geno Smith to the Raiders.
That's where I'm bummed. I really, really convinced myself Darnold to the Raiders.
I would have liked to see that more.
Pete Carroll, draft Gianni, make a big move in the defense, get Myles Garrett, get Cooper Kupp. That was my dream offseason. I created a Madden 25.
Wow.
We were undefeated.
Damn.
Might have been playing on rookie difficulty, but my goat was looking good.
What can you do? I mean, he had a great season with the Vikings, though. It sucks that it's already over, but I guess they want to give JJ the chance, no?
I hope it backfires.
It will. It will. It probably will. Most likely it will.
Sitting behind Rodgers for another year. But do you guys think Geno Smith works out with the Raiders?
I don't think he's
I
that
don't.
good.
I think they just need to get they need to draft. Well, they probably will draft.
They just keep going from mediocre quarterback
yeah,
to mediocre
they
quarterback.
keep getting like
Jimmy G,
Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And
like-
then it's like these guys like they can't like grow with the team or like be under like the new coach and like they can't start something or like go back to like
yeah.
Raiders culture. Like they're not building anything. They're just like, oh, like we want to win right now. Let's get this guy. But it's like they just keep losing.
There's no saving that organization.
Raiders culture for the past 20 years has been
in the
just
dumps.
garbage.
Yeah, there's no saving that. But yeah, I don't see him working out either. Pete Carroll is a great coach, but Geno Smith there's no.
Yeah. It'll be. And once again, I think they're just in a tough division where he's automatically, or I don't know if Bo Nix is better than him right now, but I think at some point in the near future he'll surpass him. So I think they're kind of in a tough situation there.
Yeah.
I do think Bo Nix is getting there.
Yeah, I think
he's
Yeah.
there already.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't say it like right now. Or yeah, I don't think Geno Smith's that good. I don't think that's like a hot take.
No.
Or anything.
No, that's a valid one. But yeah, I think Bo Nix is getting there. But the AFC is so competitive though. So it's like he's still growing and he's growing with a good team. But it's just so competitive.
I want to backtrack because it didn't set in with me at first. You think Darnold's the worst quarterback in the division?
Yeah.
You're a 49ers fan?
Yeah. Darnold was Brock Purdy's backup.
That is true.
And at the camp, the journalists who have been covering the team said he was the best 49er he's seen in camp.
Okay, that's one journalist.
And then he went and outplayed him.
Outplayed him is kind of a strong word when you have the best wide receiver in the league. And, pretty decent
I mean, that
roster
Niners
around
team
you.
up until last
We
year
just
was supposed,
imploded.
but they hadn't imploded until Brock Purdy let them down.
I guess we can just transition into the Niners.
I guess we can. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
At least I have Steph. Yeah, so my thoughts on the Niners. I came on the week after we lost the Super Bowl on the Teed Up as a guest and basically, acknowledged that the window's closed.
Yeah.
And I think, we're seeing the beginning stages of what the closed window looks like. We let go of 5 Pro Bowlers in the span of 2 weeks. We lost Dre Greenlaw, which that one hurts the most. Travarius Ward, Kyle Juszczyk, Talanoa Hufanga, and Deebo Samuel for a 5th-round pick. We're cooked. Not gonna lie. It's not looking good. And now we got to pay Brock Purdy. I still think he's better than Sam Darnold, but I don't think he's worth $60 million. And kind of the roster around him is now going to suffer. And if you look at any good quarterback in the league, they take pay cuts to keep their team around him. I know Brock Purdy's been getting paid nothing for 4 years because he was the last pick, but we're kind of cooked. I mean, you kind of like the Niners.
Because my mom's side of the family are huge Niner fans. So after that Deebo trade happened, she was like, okay, this next 2 seasons, we're done. I don't care what anybody says. We're not making the playoffs. Which I was looking at the Deebo trade. I'm like, how do you trade your wide receiver 1 for a 5th-round pick?
I mean, he kind of sucked last year.
He did.
He was really bad.
Yeah, he was really bad, but at the same time, he was explaining himself, I saw recently somewhere that he was explaining himself at the same time I was the one-man show, which is true. Brandon Ayuk was in there, and then you have a rookie, and then you have George Kittle, your tight end, and then my mom literally said that she's I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves as well.
I think that's just an excuse though for I
an
sucked
excuse.
because Justin Jefferson's been a one-man show for ever since he came to the league. So
Jawan Jennings was our best wide receiver last year by
last
far.
year, yeah.
And then even at the end of the year, Ricky Pearsall was playing better after getting shot than Deebo Samuel.
Shot, yeah. I knew it was.
And George Kittle had a big season too.
Yeah, Kittle, yeah.
And then Deebo was complaining in the media about not getting enough targets, and then what happened against Thursday Night Football against the Rams?
He dropped
drops passes. So
also, I had him on my fantasy team. Never again. Never again. No.
So yeah, so he's more diva than Deebo. So yeah.
Well, yeah. I think he might. Let's see what he does with the Commanders. I feel like that's a good fit for him. Honestly,
fit,
I don't know.
He's not a wide receiver 1. He can't create space. He's 2. Yeah. He's got a lot of miles on him, only being 29 years old. But I am interested to see him with the Commanders because Jaden Daniels is a fun player to watch. And I mean, Deebo's on my computer, so.
Oh, you got to take him off now.
Yeah, you make it on my computer. He's one of my favorite players, so it'll be interesting.
But no, losing Greenlaw kind of hurt the most.
Yeah, definitely.
That one it hurt. And I saw Fred Warner reposted it today. I was like, oh my god, those are my 2 favorites used to be favorite on the Niner team.
Yeah.
Have you seen everyone saying what's Juszczyk's wife going to do with all the clothes?
Oh yeah, I saw
seen that.
Hey, maybe they'll go on clearance. I'll wear Kyle Juszczyk jacket.
He's a glorified fullback, right?
He is a fullback.
Yeah.
He's made the Pro Bowl though the last 6 years ever since he got here.
But where do you want to see him to go? Where do you want him to go?
Somewhere he can win a ring.
Which is where?
Not with us. We're a cursed franchise.
He signs with the Chiefs?
Oh, yeah, besides the Chiefs. I don't know. Maybe I think he started his career with the Ravens.
Buffalo.
Go back to Buffalo. Yeah, I'll take
Honestly,
that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's where Joey Bosa went to win a Super Bowl. That was exactly what he said.
I did see that. That was the one guy I actually thought we were going to get, so.
Joey and Nick.
Yeah.
Could have happened, but.
It's all right. We don't need those characters in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Was Joey Bosa the one who said he was Homelander, or was it Nick?
I don't know, but I know Nick has said some unpleasant things before.
I'm pretty sure it was Joey Bosa. And he was like, if I'm a superhero, I'm Homelander.
I've seen Nick pull some. Man, he's a crazy and interesting person, I guess.
I mean, I'm rooting for him in the season always, but
Outside
I don't
of the
follow
season.
him on Instagram, and I wouldn't get his jersey. So
Would you put his sticker on your computer?
Nope. No Nick Bosa stickers on my computer.
I think the Broncos defense is robbed the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Dre
did. Yeah.
Greenlaw and Hufang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope they win the division or something. Anybody but the Chiefs.
Yeah,
But,
they were already good last year, so that's going to be scary.
Yeah,
next
I think,
year.
and especially since Greenlaw basically missed the entire year minus like one game because I don't even know why we played him. Like, I think he'll be better. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Moving into another former Bronco QB, we'll talk about the 2021 draft class and how none of those quarterbacks worked out, and they're all going on to their third team. Justin Fields with the Jets. Zach Wilson is going to the Dolphins. Mac Jones is going to the Niners, which I hate that. And Trey Lance will be playing in Canada. No, I'm kidding. He hasn't signed there yet, but that's where he's headed.
Poor guy.
Is that the worst quarterback draft class? It was so hyped up because all those guys went in like the top 10.
Yeah. I mean, Mac Jones had a year. That's something.
A year.
It was a year.
One singular year.
They're still young enough to bounce back.
I feel
don't
like
know.
I don't know. I feel bad for all of them. Actually,
I think Justin Fields still has a chance to be something.
Yeah, but this is already year 5.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's something, but like he's going to the Jets.
It's like the reverse Kurt Warner. He was in the league, but he's going to be good at 30. He wasn't bagging groceries.
I don't know.
he could be like Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
In like
That's true.
maybe like after he's done with the Jets, because I just don't think that's gonna work out for him.
Yeah.
If the Steelers would have kept him, I'd have been like, okay.
That would have, yeah.
It would have worked out.
And you guys went like 4-2 with him.
Literally, I was like so pissed off. I was like, hey, you bring in Russell, this old
Let
fart,
Russ
like
cook.
get out. But no, I think that's one of the worst like draft of picks. But what I was gonna say, Justin Fields is probably the only person in there in that list that has a chance of like doing something.
Yeah.
But not with the Jets. So let's give him until next season or in 2 seasons.
I want to talk about the AFC North. We're not going to say anything about what we're talking about. I'm just going to name names. You can rattle off some too. Le'Veon Bell,
Justin Tucker,
Kareem Hunt,
Joe Burrow,
Ray Rice,
Ray Lewis,
Chad Ochocinco,
Ben Roethlisberger,
Deshaun Watson.
Antonio Brown.
What is happening in the AFC North?
You want to bring up that article that you saw?
I did find an article from 2011 where the AFC North was tied for the most arrests in the offseason. Okay, I did read more into it, though. It was a 5-way tie, so I guess the whole NFL had an issue that year, but
Who were they tied with?
5 other divisions.
Oh, I thought it was another division. Damn, that's crazy.
But the AFC North,
There's no saving that division. There's no.
like Le'Veon Bell right after the Justin Tucker news. Bad.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. Not good at all.
Shout out to Joe Flacco, though. The one guy that held it down.
Held down the AFC North. They needed Tim Tebow.
the Joe Burrow like that's so bad.
Yeah, Joe, we threw you in there.
He's
That's
catching
messed up.
strays. It's like
We didn't forget.
Justin Tucker, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson.
Ray Lewis.
Like we said, we didn't
say what they
we didn't
did.
say what they did. We just said their names.
But they know. They know what they did.
Joe Burrow's crime is hanging out with Nick Bosa too many times.
Real.
That's
And meeting
real.
Trump.
Yeah, going to the
That's
UFC
real.
events. Yeah, that's the issue
That's
right
real.
there.
You wanted to bring up some music.
Well, I thought we were going to be talking about Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins and
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Kirk Cousins is honestly kind of irrelevant. Like, I don't know where he's gonna go, but
Similar to them, this morning I woke up feeling like an old head. The new Playboi Carti album came out. I feel like I got halfway through it, and I couldn't relate anymore.
You were relating before?
Whole Red, I remember listening to it on Christmas Day and thinking it was a great album when everyone
Okay,
hated
so
it.
did I. So did
Yeah,
I.
I was like, this is good. This
And
spoke to me.
I re-listened to a couple songs on there. I'm like, okay, this is decent. This is the Cardi I know. And then I listened to this one, and I was like, okay, I seen him at Camp Logna. I thought I was gonna die in that crowd. I literally thought that I was gonna die in that crowd.
Cardi, that's
There was like people like bringing like flags. I'm like, how did you bring that in here?
They're
Like,
just real vamps.
I'm
No,
like, what the hell?
I have not listened to the new Playboy
Me
Cardi,
either.
but when I went to Rolling Loud, and he was like the headliner for one of the days, and I actually had to leave because the first part of his set was just him like doing screams.
Yeah, he's not even
into
singing. He's not even
like,
rapping
warming
or
up.
anything.
he was just doing like not even screams. It was like shrieks and yelps into the mic.
And it's like a whole bunch of like smoke and
Yeah.
like people jumping. I'm like, what are we doing? And like on Camp Logna, The Weeknd came out. Nobody even knew that he was out there until like they posted it, and I was like, wait, that's The Weeknd.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, I need to get out of here before it's too late.
Cardi's done irreversible damage to the youth.
There's like one song on there that's like that feels like it's like Cardi from like 2017, 2018, but I'm like the rest I'm like, what am I listening to?
too little, too late.
The song of Kendrick was good. I'll give him that.
That's the one I've seen people post about.
Yeah, that one
It
was
was good.
decent, yeah. But there was another one. Oh, the one with The Weeknd was good too. Like I felt like that was actually Cardi, and then the rest I'm like, he's just screaming half of the time.
You just got to keep playing PlayStation with Lil Uzi. You know about that?
No.
When his kid was being born, he was on the phone. He said, I'm playing PlayStation with Lil Uzi.
Yes.
He wasn't at his
Yes,
own child's
yes.
birth.
Okay. That's funny.
How did you not know about
Yeah,
that?
I should not know
Sorry.
about that. That was like
Sorry.
everywhere.
I'm
Like Iggy brings it up all the time.
My bad. My bad.
It was-
Got to tap in.
Maybe it's because
You've been too invested.
in men's basketball at our school and baseball. I'll try and say this nicely. Basketball season was not fun this year. 1 year ago today, I don't know what the date is. Okay, maybe not the exact year. I was flying out to Utah for March Madness. This year we finished the regular season on a 15-game losing streak. We lost, I think, 17 of our last 18 games. Let me pull up the stats real quick. Hold up. We
Just
basically couldn't win any sort of game.
Well, it's just
1-8
embarrassing.
in one possession games. 2-7 in games decided by 21 points or more. Both of those wins against Division III teams, and 0-4 in overtime games.
Like, it's
Moment of
pretty low.
silence.
Yeah,
When it's silent for them.
Well, going from March Madness to missing a conference tournament.
Life comes at you fast.
New coach. New team.
Going from March Madness to not even getting 500 like on the season.
No,
Like-
but like the conference tournament,
Yeah,
in the
not
Big
even.
West.
literally,
Yeah.
you have to be better than 3 teams.
It's been 21 years since they've missed a conference tournament. That's a lot of years.
I'm not gonna say names, but
There's a certain name.
there's a certain. There's no
Yeah.
saying. Maybe until next season, hopefully. But
And then baseball.
Yeah, baseball. This one hurts because,
Drop the quote.
yeah, these are not my words. These are the coach directly to me after the game on Tuesday night after we blew a 2-run lead in the 9th inning. This program's not ready to win. Yeah,
We used to be a baseball university.
yeah. So much aura with the Dirtbags name. Now we're,
oh my god.
yeah, it's not good.
That's 3 weeks into the season.
Yeah. It's not good
A
here.
brand new coach. First year.
This
3 weeks
program is
in.
not ready to win.
His words, not mine. You know, I feel kind of awkward because, like, I'll post, like, my articles and stuff on my story for, like, basketball. No one follows me from the basketball team or anything. Like, I'll say whatever I want. Baseball, there's quite a few guys that, like, follow me. But I was like, the engagement, the headline, you know. It would be a missed opportunity if I didn't post this one. So, it's not good.
I mean, is he wrong? No.
I don't think so.
But for him to say that 3 weeks into the season is a crazy statement.
Didn't he go on to say, like, it was his fault?
Yeah, I
Oh.
could read the full quote, but I use that as the headline. Unfortunately, this program is not ready to win, and that falls on me, and we'll do some things moving forward.
Like, what can he do moving
I
forward this
feel
year?
like it's just such a high from last year to like crashing down.
Yeah.
To
There were
this
so
year.
many awesome moments last year.
Yeah. And I mean, we were in that class together when the last year's baseball coach
Last year's baseball coach.
she came to talk with us, and it was
Ryan
just like,
Peters.
yeah, it was so inspirational.
Who was that guy? Hood. He was supposed
Oh,
to be
CJ
the ace.
Hood.
Yeah, just so inspirational. So much to look forward to.
Derek Jeter's reincarnation.
Yeah, we're not gonna say who said that. But yeah, things haven't been good at
But-
the beach.
Volleyball.
Volleyball, shout out to Moni Nikolov. We surpassed 1,000 views, 1,500 views for the first time ever in this podcast history. We got like 84 likes. We never get likes.
We
We'll
have
get
comments.
We'll get 2 likes and it'll be from me and him. We got like 12 comments. The love was felt this week, and thank you.
I reposted and I tell people like how you guys support him on social media, support us, you know? Like, and it worked out. I got my family members to like the post, so
And he's Magic Johnson's volleyball equivalent. I saw that quote somewhere.
Yeah, Magic Johnson / Michael Jordan / LeBron.
Wimby.
Yeah.
Little LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, he's a goat. We love you here at Teed Up, Moni. Just thank you. Might have to cop a jersey now, honestly.
I got a short little fish break. We got Kendall Newsome, former NFL player. I don't think anyone knows the name. I'm going to be honest. I didn't even give him the time to search up his stats. He suffered a knee injury with the Dolphins, which is fitting, though. And while recovering from that, he realized he wanted to be involved with fishing and helping children after his NFL career. And he started a nonprofit called Teach a Child to Fish. Just an all-around good guy. You know, NFL wasn't working. Teach a child to fish.
Do you know how to fish?
I do know how to fish. I'm not great. I've caught a bird before.
Wow.
That was rough. I've also caught myself on a hook a couple times.
I don't know how to fish.
Me either.
I've gone fishing quite a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Seasoned fisherman over there.
I've never caught anything, but I've been there
I don't
when
really know if
other
you're a
people.
fisherman, then you're,
I've been there when other people have caught something.
I was fishing in Peru, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Okay.
I got so motion sick.
That's not fun.
No, take a pill.
One time I was near a lake and I got bit by a goose.
What?
No more lakes.
So you've never fished?
No.
What?
I've been to like Lake Havasu, but I go out there because
You got to get
For
a line
other
in the water.
reasons.
Get a line in the water once. It is esoteric and whimsical.
yeah, but never fish.
The other fish we got, Jameis Winston. Found a big fish on his boat, interviewed it, and said, "This is our greatest American." To a random tuna fish.
Nice.
But we'll never forgive him for stealing those crab legs.
Yep.
I love Jameis Winston.
Me too.
And then I know they hook up a lot of fish there. Wisconsin. Have you guys seen the Wisconsin dad who every Friday goes out to the bar with his friends and they post his agenda on Twitter?
No, I've never seen
Oh,
that.
yes, I've seen that.
We're going to talk about his agenda real quick to wrap it up. We got 4 little quick points. We'll start with pillows. What are you guys' opinions on pillows?
Like them firm.
You like your pillows firm?
Yeah,
Firm
so
and
do I.
cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like them cold as well.
You told me about a certain sport.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Saw it on ESPN the other day.
How often do you change your pillows out? Like, when do you get a new pillow?
I'm pretty bad at getting a new pillow.
I can't remember the last time I got a new pillow, honestly.
honestly and truthfully, it's probably like every 3 to 4 months. I'll get like a new pillow.
No.
But that's only because they're on sale. So I'll just
Yeah.
get it.
Pillows are like body parts. You get them once, you're set.
Like, I'm attached to my pillows. I only get a new one when I move out. They're built to your head. It's like a Birkenstock.
Birkenstock.
On ESPN the other day, did you know that there's a PFC, a pillow fighting championship?
Oh, yes.
I saw like them post it. Somebody had posted it and I saw
Someone had posted it on their story. I was like, wow, they're actually like running around the ring, like hitting each other with pillows. That's pretty cool.
That's a
pretty
sport
cool.
I can join.
We also got the
D1 pillow fighting.
the state hockey tournaments. Honestly, I should know the state, but I feel like it's Michigan. Have you guys seen these state hockey tournaments? It's high school hockey.
I've seen them.
They fill out NHL
I've seen it.
stadiums
I've seen
at like
it.
12 o'clock on like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Packed out stadiums. And like, for whatever reason, though, they have this like thing where they all skate to center ice with like bleached hair. And have like
seen it.
hair offs.
I've seen it.
It's the weirdest thing. Next up on their agenda for last week was the NFL franchise tag. How do we feel? Down with the franchise tag?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
It
feel
is kind of holding people hostage.
Yeah.
holding T. Higgins hostage for multiple years.
Do you want to see him leave?
No, but
So you're okay with
No,
this
but
hostage
free him.
situation?
but like it's just the ethics behind it is like
A certain
pay
NBA player.
the man.
Hashtag free tea.
I thought the franchise tag that you get paid pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
he could
you're-
get paid a
Yeah,
lot more.
yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. That's where we'll end it. How do we feel about them? Should they ever reunite again?
No.
No,
Nope.
and
Yeah.
why Devontae Adams on the Rams instead
That
of
makes
Cooper
no
Cup?
sense.
Who's older?
Yes,
and they
it
didn't
makes
wanna
no
pay him.
sense. Like Super Bowl MVP or
Isn't he also a Triple Crown
Devontae
winner
Adams.
as well?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have
don't-
no complaints personally because I don't have to play him 2 times a year now, though.
That is true, but I don't know why they would get rid of him. Like, what's the
Of
point
Cooper
behind
Kupp?
that? Yeah.
I feel like they probably think he has too much mileage and that he's just going to fall
and
off.
Devontae Adams
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the injury history comparative, but isn't Cooper Kupp probably missed a lot more games?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I just hope he lands on a good team. That's all I care. He's a great player, so
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Joshua Palmer
yes.
is a bad signing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't really move needles.
Yeah. So Cooper Kupp would be welcomed.
You guys need somebody like him. But him playing in the cold?
With those bones. Arthritis.
old
With
fragile
those
bones.
bones.
I hope he goes somewhere and wins a ring, another one, except not the Chiefs.
Okay.
He goes to the Niners.
I don't want to say. He's not going to win a ring there.
He's not.
Before we get kicked out of the studio, we got to wrap it. Thank you guys for joining us.
No.
Thank you so much for joining us for Season 5, Episode 8 of Teed Up. Thank you to our video editor and producer, Aiden Slanapool, and our multimedia producer, Elle Nicklin. If you want to stay up to date on the latest Long Beach State sports, check out our website, lbcurrent.com, and follow us on socials at lbcurrent. Thank you so much for listening. See you later.